Crypto platform Gemini entered a credit agreement with Ripple Labs. Requests made beyond that cap may be made with Ripple's stablecoin. Now, this comes after Gemini, founded by the Winklevoss twins, confidentially filed for an IPO back in June.
XRP still has the potential, even after this little market downturn, to make it back up above the $3 mark. Clearly, we're going to go over that today in this video. Make sure you subscribe so you do not miss any updates in the crypto world, as this bull market is still a brewing. You guys, we just hit all-time highs in Ethereum recently. This was Sunday yesterday. We hit $4,956. Let's pull up these charts. Let's pull up this article and figure out what is going on with the market. Real quick, we'll do a quick 10-second rundown on Bitcoin because it does control the entire sentiment of the market. And what we see here on Bitcoin in the 30-minute time frame is, yes, we have taken a downturn from about a 10% drop from that recent all-time high that we hit in Wednesday, August 13th. But where we are today is looking like it's still bearish, and that is okay, you guys, because we're going to need these moments to reload the market and be able to hit new all-time highs. But here's the coolest part about this video. We know that XRP has basically disconnected the entire market right now. Like, let's do this. Let's pull it up in the big time frame. We can see XRP here hit all-time highs again in July 25th, where Bitcoin hit in August 13th, and then now Ethereum's hit August 25th. So it really shows you guys that XRP is kind of disconnected from the broader sense of the market. And that's good news for us XRP holders, lovers. That's also because that allows us to lightly diversify what we're investing in, right? Because if it's all moving the exact same, if all crypto crashes, then obviously we're all going to lose money at the same time. And yes, it will still be that same type of effect, but that does not necessarily mean that XRP might not be able to make its own random all-time highs, just like it did here, right? And when we look at this article here, this breaks it down in a really, really nice fashion. I really like that. But XRP did extend its rally on the 23rd, and that was, I don't actually know the news that happened this weekend, but things went down. Like, look at this move up. And you guys, I had caught that entry, just closed it a little early. In the schools we were talking about, I was so mad at myself. But look at this move. It was in under a day, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, 7 hours. We had about an 11% move up. Leverage at 500x, you guys. That is a lot. That is a 55x on your margin, which is insane. Insane, right? Especially in 7 hours. That is crypto money. But you can see what XRP did. It went all the way from $2.80 back up past the $3 mark, and it hit about $3.10. And then it's kind of sat in this 4% moving window, right? Anywhere from $3.97 all the way back up to about $3.10. And there was a lot of scalps available here that you could have played. Easy way to make some money on the market. Now, within that market, it did climb up. We do know that we had that band. I kind of raised the band a little bit. I think it's about 11 cents, right? 11 cents on the band, which is not bad. Now, we are still hitting that resistance, and they're right about that, right? So right now we're sitting at a resistance of roughly about $3.12, right? You could say that that's an anomaly. So if you really want to be realistic here, we could say about $3.10. This was just maybe a stop loss hunt, right? But $3.10 is kind of what we need to beat for us to get to the next level, right? And what we want to do here is draw our horizontal rays to match that, right? So we know that this is a ray that we need to beat highs for us to make it back up to here. And realistically, this would be a beautiful short. If it does anything like this, this would be the perfect short, because you've got 2 points that it's going to have to break through. Now, if we're getting a run on the market and we're getting all-time highs elsewhere, we do have a higher probability here of seeing another all-time high. And this weekend, we had so many good trades occur. It was a very crazy market. I mean, like, you guys, this was Friday, right? This was basically Saturday, a little choppy. Sunday had this chop, so it was a little bit of a difficult market. But as always, all the trades were held on BTCC. I freaking love it. Easiest way to make the quickest, fastest little profit or big profits, depending on the market move. I mean, look, you guys, at a $20, I mean, $340 on this position. Easiest win ever, just scalping. They do allow you to do up to 500x leverage, especially if you're using the main assets. Like, I trade a lot of Doge and XRP. So I'll go here and I'll always use 500x. I'm not recommending that. It's completely up to you. But I do like to use 500x, and I do like to use low margin. And I always use a stop loss. It's the number one rule. But BTCC still also has the promo bonus of 10% deposit on your funds. So like if you put in 100K, you get a $10,000 bonus that you can trade with first. So definitely use that to your advantage. It's a really easy way for you to get kind of used to the system, get used to the app, And it's probably the fastest way to kind of understand which asset fits your need the best when you're trading it. Like the reason I really like trading XRP and Doge is because they move way faster than Bitcoin, right? I like being able to have an asset that moves 3 to 5% in an hour, and I can capitalize on even a 1 to 2% of that move compared to Bitcoin, where it might only drop 1% and then that 1% drop. So another recommendation another thing we're going to be looking for with this whole XRP situation is we need to be watching if it is going to hold $3, right? So I agree with them on that narrative. And right now that we're sitting at 293, we need to see on a tighter time frame, what do we need to beat, right? What is going to be the trend line that we need to break through for us to get back to all-time highs, or not all-time highs, but at least be back up on an uptrend. And the good news is here, we can see that this wedge is forming. And whenever we see a wedge like that, it is a higher probability that it's going to move up, right? And that is a very, very well-known fact. Now, we do have anomalies where maybe the market just takes a dip. And remember, you guys, we can't control the market, which is totally normal. That's why we use stop losses. That's why I trade on BTCC with lower margin, because then I'm not dumping my entire account balance. So you just need to be smart about your risk management. And if you want help with that too, there's previous videos on the channel. Don't hesitate to reach out. We've got a Telegram on there. I'm just here to help because I know that trading alone can be difficult, but it's my favorite thing. Meme coin hunting is still one of my favorite things. I love it. I just love making money in the crypto market because there is literally unlimited money to make in the market. So just be watching XRP. Let's see if it breaks through this little area here. And if it does, we're going to be looking for some longs to see if we'll make it back up to at least this area, right? Because that's on a higher time frame. So it's kind of the best way to think of the market. Make sure you guys are subscribed to the channel and you're following, just because you don't want to miss this bull run and you really don't want to miss any new exciting strategies that we come up with. I'll see you guys on the next video.